So I want to start off by watching this video.
So I think one area of mutual agreement and priority is vegetation management. But I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key, because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay. It'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually.
Alrighty, so as funny as this video might initially be, it's actually really frightening. It might make you wonder, why do people deny climate change despite all the overwhelming evidence that it is indeed occurring? So to start answering this question, let's look at this tweet. If we were to ask, the tweet is, be careful and try staying in your house. Large parts of the country are suffering from tremendous amounts of snow and near record-setting cold. Amazing how big the system is. Wouldn't be bad to have a little of that good old-fashioned global warming right now. So if we were to ask Donald Trump why he doesn't think climate change is a pervasive issue, he might say something like this, that because there is a lot of snow, global warming can't possibly be real. Aside from Trump's fundamental lack of understanding of the difference between weather and climate, there's another issue at hand leading him to make this false conclusion. It's called the availability heuristic. So the availability heuristic is a mental shortcut in which an individual relies on recent examples when evaluating a situation. In other words, an individual uses mainly readily available information in their mind when they're making a decision, as opposed to considering all relevant information. So let's go back to Donald Trump. What's going on here? He's in a situation where he's seeing extreme cold weather. Thus, when he's evaluating the likelihood that global warming is a serious issue, he's going to evaluate it as pretty low, because quickly available to him in his mind are prominent examples of incidents that would indicate that the world is not heating up. There's actually formal scientific evidence that the availability heuristic affects the general population's likelihood of believing that global warming is a real issue. Researchers in the UK used survey data from about 2,000 people to find that experiences with increased weather events such as storming and heat waves tend to increase the likelihood that an individual will believe climate change is a serious issue. These researchers stated that the availability heuristic predicts that people judge the seriousness of climate change by the ease of which perceived changes in salient weather come to mind. This means that individuals who don't see increases in extreme weather are less likely to believe that climate change is a serious issue. If these people can't experience harsh weather events, why can't we just show them really convincing scientific evidence to help them change their mind? The answer is that the confirmation bias makes this a difficult feat. The confirmation bias is a tendency to seek out information that supports your hypotheses and to disregard information that disproves your hypotheses. In other words, what you pay attention to and believe in are facts that confirm your beliefs. So what does this mean in terms of climate change? No matter how much evidence of climate change we provide to individuals who believe that climate change isn't real, they're always going to find information that they agree with more convincing because of the confirmation bias. So psychology tells us that convincing people of something they don't experience or don't already believe in can be really difficult. But can psychology help us tackle climate change in other ways? So a study done in 1992 aimed to increase water conservation behavior in individuals using cognitive dissonance. So first, let's define cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is when individuals have conflicting beliefs and actions. And this conflict induces feelings of extreme discomfort. And so humans feel a tendency to relieve this discomfort. So when individuals feel like their actions and beliefs conflict, they tend to either change their actions or they change their beliefs. So going back to the study, one group of individuals were put in a hypocrisy condition in which individuals made public commitments to conserving water after being reminded of their past water wasting behavior. This essentially locked into place these individual beliefs. So if they were to take long showers or practice other water wasting activities, they would have felt dissonance as their actions and beliefs conflict. Thus, in order to avoid feeling cognitive dissonance, these individuals changed their behavior as their beliefs were already locked into place. These individuals tended to take shorter showers compared to individuals not induced to feel cognitive dissonance when wasting water. Evidently, individuals will change their behaviors under certain conditions, Perhaps this cognitive dissonance-inducing treatment can be used for changing gas usage, recycling, and consumerism habits. However, what is ultimately going to help the issue of climate change is an individualized habit of checking our biases and examining why we come to certain conclusions, as well as being self-aware of hypocrisies and making changes in our habits that are more consistent with our beliefs and values. Thank you.